Hey everybody, Prepperneurs One here. Today is Monday, May 4th. I figured I would throw up a second video for you guys today. And I wanted to go over a topic here, and I think this is kind of interesting. One person surviving on less than 2,000 calories per day for 2 months. So for $200, you can put together a survival meal menu pack that's going to help you survive for a 2-month period of time. Now, with this one here, what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on 65% of the meal is going to be for carbs, which is for energy, 25% for fats, which is your second boost of energy, and then 10% of proteins, which is the building blocks of life, okay? So this is not going to be a huge frills type of menu and diet, but this is something that one person could put together that could keep them alive for 2 months in that emergency situation. Now, one of the things that we want to do with this diet, okay, this is a survival diet. So you will probably actually lose weight on this diet, which is what you want to do actually. You still want to eat, but while everybody else is losing weight around you, you don't want to be either maintaining your weight or gaining more weight, okay? So obviously this is not for high energy, working out, burning 6,000 calories a day kind of work. This is a survival kind of menu, okay? So any staple, any staple that you're going to have in a diet is going to be beans and rice. You have most of the people around the world every day eat beans and rice. So it's an essential for protein, oh, come on, buddy, I gotta get in there. Now you want attention. Beans provide essential protein, and both of them are providing carbohydrates for you. Okay, so it's really important to have beans and rice in your diet. If you don't, if you eat beans and rice on a regular basis, now this is going to be easy. If you generally don't eat beans and rice, I think you should incorporate that in your diet now to get you used to that in that emergency situation. Like I said, I could eat rice all the time, and I love beans as well, so that's not even an issue for me either anyway, okay? So, but beans are about 20 cents per serving, and rice costs about 11 cents per serving. So it's really cost efficient to have those in your diet, and so they're a good part of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about breakfast to start out with, okay? And again, now this is going to be, like I said, a no frills type of thing, a bare minimum type of situation. Buddy, come on, I got to do this, honey. I love you, but not right now. Breakfast is going to consist of oatmeal, toast with jelly, okay, and coffee. That's going to cost you about 55 cents a day for that type of thing. And a lot of us are pretty repetitive when it comes to breakfast, believe it or not. Eating the same thing every day for breakfast is not that big of a deal. And the way that you can kind of mix that up a little bit is have different types of jelly, okay? Not just having, strawberry jelly, but having grape jelly or peach jelly or whatever the case may be, okay? Now, with your breakfast, you're going to be having toast with that, obviously. So you're going to be baking your own bread most likely. A loaf of bread is going to cost you about $1.50 to make. And, that one loaf is probably going to last you about a week, okay? So that's just something to think about. Lunch, you're going to want to make lunch your main meal of the day because that's when you're going to be that's when you're going to be putting out the most of your energy is after breakfast and after lunch. So that's the time you really want to make that your main meal. Dinner can be a lighter meal. So what I got here is I got a bunch of different, I got 10 different options for lunch meals, okay? So the first one is going to be canned chicken, packed spinach, packed Spanish rice, and beans. That meal alone will cost you about $1.99. Meal number 2 is going to be corned beef, canned corned beef, instant mashed potatoes, and canned vegetables. That one's going to cost you about $1.93. Meal number 3 is going to be spaghetti with meat sauce. That's going to cost you about $2.43, but that's enough of that meal that can be 2 meals. Now, what you can do with that is you can have like half of that, you eat half of it for lunch, and then if you don't have any kind of refrigeration to keep things, good, you can eat the rest of that for dinner. So that's another way to mix up the dinner meal as well, okay? Number 4 is going to be canned tuna, toast, canned vegetables, and beans. The cost of that meal is going to be about $1.77. The next one is number 5, which is going to be canned chicken noodle soup, canned chicken, let's see, I can't even read my own writing. You can add canned chicken, part of canned chicken with that, spices, okay, and then home-dried vegetables. That's going to cost about $2.01, but again, that's a meal that can be eaten for lunch and then dinner again. So you're going to get 2 meals out of that one. All right, number 6 is going to be canned ham, yellow rice, and beans. That's going to cost you about $2.20. Number 7 is going to be pasta with canned chicken. You can make a casserole with that. Canned veggies. That's going to be about $2.60. But that's enough for 2 meals again. So now if you have some kind of refrigeration that you can use, you can save that other half for another meal. When you heat that up, you want to make sure you get the core of that up to at least 160 degrees when you're heating that back up. But if you don't have refrigeration, I would suggest using that for lunch and then for the rest of it for dinner. Number 8 is going to be macaroni and cheese with Vienna sausages, okay, and canned fruit. Now that cost is going to be $1.99 for that meal. Number 9, fried Spam. You can do the same thing with Vienna sausages as well if you want to go with that, and baked beans. That's going to cost you $2.61 for that meal. Number 10 is going to be canned soup. Only the chunky ones, that you want to get that chunky kind of soup, all right? And dried fruit is going to cost you about $2.20 a meal. So there's 10 lunches right there, 10 different lunches, so you're not eating the same thing over and over and over again. You can space that out and stuff like that. Now for dinner, we're going to give you 3 choices for dinner. So but again, I gave you 3 of those meals for lunches that can be switched up and made half of them for lunch and half for dinner. Okay, but here's 3 different options for a lighter meal for dinner. You can go with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, a granola bar. It's going to cost you about 60 cents. Number 2 is going to be ramen soup. Add some small pieces of cut up jerky or dried vegetables, and there you go. And then have crackers with that. It's going to cost you about $1. Number 3, beans and rice. Again, you're looking at a cost of 30 cents for beans and rice because they're pretty cheap, and that's why it's a really good staple to have in your diet. So now again, the main thing that you want to think about is you do not want to maintain your weight, or you don't want to gain weight while everybody else is losing weight, because that's going to make you a target for people that'll go, wait a minute, this guy's not losing weight, he's gaining weight, he's got to have food. You don't want to draw that unwanted attention to yourself. Now this thing that I'm talking about, guys, is for people in cities, suburbia, and stuff like that. Out here in the country, it's going to be a little bit different, but those are basically what we would be looking at, in that situation where, if people were in those desperate type of situations. So again, low profile. You don't want to gain weight in that type of situation. You're trying to survive. And if you can give yourself that advantage of a 2-month window of food for $200 for one person. Now, obviously, most of us have families. So if you're looking to, add the wife in there and then kids, you're going to have to obviously make those meals bigger. But then your cost of your meal is going to go down because of the volume, because you're using larger volumes of food. So the cost would actually go down per person in that type of situation. So for a family of 3, you're looking in a neighborhood of about $600 for a 2-month supply to keep you guys alive, not thriving, not doing great, but it keeps you alive while other people are starving. And generally, after that 2-month period of time, a lot of people are going to be weeded out at that point. So I think that's really important that people understand that, because that's how it works, okay? So I wanted to share this with you just to give you an idea. I know I've been focusing on food a lot lately, but this is an option for somebody especially if you're a single person and you're by yourself and you're on a fixed income and a budget, this is an option that you can do. Like I said, for $200, one person can survive for 2 months. It's a survival diet, okay? So that's what I wanted to share with you, and I hope it helps. I hope people get some ideas from it. Now, obviously, if you can afford to do it, you can add extra things in there. Obviously, you're going to want to make things better. You might want to have creamer with your coffee. You might want to have sugar with your coffee. You might want to add extra things that are going to make your life better. But again, what you're trying to do in the beginning is you don't want to draw unwanted attention to yourself. You want to seem to be just like everybody else. You don't want to draw that unwanted attention to yourself, that you're doing well and that you're surviving it okay. So just putting that out there. Again, real quickly, I want to talk about the Prepper Nurse One community on my website at preppernurse1.com. If you are looking to connect with like-minded people, share ideas, get some ideas, we got some great message boards on there for people to check out. Also, there's the it's a great way to connect with like-minded people, just to talk with, or if you're looking to try to form a group, or whatever you're trying to do. And even if you just want to go in there and just putz around and have some fun, it's a great opportunity for you to do that. Again, you do have to register to be able to get into the community, but there is no cost, and also there is no credit card information asked or anything like that at all, okay? So just letting you know that. Number 2 on the website, we still have the Legacy freeze-dried foods for sale, which is a great alternative for meals in an SHTF event. So if you would like to add to your freeze-dried food storage, which I think everybody should have that in their preps, please feel free to go ahead and order. What is available right now is there. And a lot of those things that are available, they're going out actually pretty quickly. I've been telling people 50 to 60 days, but I just had some people that ordered recently because those different things were in stock. Their stuff went out within a matter of a couple of weeks. So if you would like to add to your freeze-dried food storage, and from what we have available on the site, please do that. Take advantage of that. Again, it's a great alternative to having that nice hot meal, and 25-year shelf life is a bonus as well. So it's like, if you store it away in a cool, dry place, you're looking at 25 years on that food, which is just, you can't lose on that one, okay? GMO free, and it is also the largest portion size of any of the freeze-dried food distributors. Again, go to my website, you're going to click on the store, it'll drop down, you'll see Legacy Foods, and that's where that's at. So anyway, I am going to jump off of here. I'd like to hear your feedback on this topic and hear what you guys have to say. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Oh, look at that. You see that, guys? I don't know if you saw that or not. She went underneath on this side and came right out on the other side, going underneath the chicken coop. She's a freaking lunatic. But anyway, again, remember, guys, STD, it's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you will be fine. I will talk to you guys all later. I hope everybody's having a great night. Prepper Nurse One, out for now.